Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our Mountain Dwarf fighter, and indeed, we found the Ecumenical Temple, and it's worth going in here. There's no enemies in here, but you're going to see a bunch of other altars, and there is Okawaru, and now, if I search for altar, you're going to see that we have most of the gods in the game charted if we wanted to go to them. I don't want to switch, but now we've found that, and if we did want to switch later, we could. We found a ring of See Invisible, which is actually quite useful. You always want to keep something on hand that could see invisible, because there are going to be enemies that are like if a orc wizard goes invisible, or if there's an unseen horror or something, you need that to make your life better, and you could just slip that ring on for the fight and then kill it and then take it off. I'm fighting this bullfrog and this guy here, and he's dead. Okay, so this is a rune door, and these rune doors are, the enemy can never open this, and it's up to us if we want to open it. Now, we're not going to open it, and Crazy Yuf always has a cloak, and he generally has a Staff of Chaos. A Staff of Chaos is why he's outlined in purple. So purple could be wand or it can be chaos. Some kind of like ability you need to be really aware of. Chaos is terrible because it has random effects, and those random effects can be game ending. Like you could get sent to the abyss, for example, which for this character, even though it's strong right now, would probably mean death, unless we got very lucky. So I don't ever open that door unless I'm feeling really good and I inspect him and he's got a really good cape on and I think that's a good fight. I usually leave him in there. And let's just go ahead. There's another human. Just shoot this guy with our wand of flame a little bit. All right. And I'm just exploring, and there's another altar of Askaiwa, which is awesome. It's the god of the dance and the drum. All right, +1 helmet, can't use it. Okay. I mean, this book. There you go. Orb of Destruction, Fireball. These are some big boy spells. We, can't use them, but I'm going to take this helmet for later if I ever want to switch off of this armor. And then there's a good god if you're into necromancy and dealing with the undead. Shining One, not friends with that one. Oh, and then there's Gozag. We're really getting all the gods here. All right. Man, these humans are like, they hit hard and they're hard to get through their armor. And so you're starting to see that even though our mace is amazing, that would be something that we want to replace. What you got down here? You got some fruit. Well, that's not good. Okay, so this floor is done. I'm not going to go in there. I'm going to go to a different floor. Let's go down. Okay, there's another rune door. And they're usually like this translucent, so you can look through and see what you're getting into, and I'm not going to get into that. I generally limit my risk as much as possible. I could clear that out, potentially, but I could not. And I don't know what the reward would be. Maybe it's okay. I can't see anything that I want, so I'm not going to open that door. The Necronomicon right there, you see how the book is in red, and that is because Okawaru, or I'm sorry, the Shining One is like, no, no, no. You can't learn necromancy, and dark magic is a no. So these are yaks, and you might say, well, what's the big deal about yaks? Yaks are hard. Yaks have a lot of hit points, and yaks can hit us hard. So we're going to stand here and fight them, but this might go badly. Okay, we got level 10. More hit points. Armor up to 10. So our armor skill is level 10, which means you can see we have 33 armor class, which is great. And in fact, if I inspect my armor, Yeah, it's giving us a whopping 29.7 armor class. So that's pretty good. I'll take it. I'm really on the lookout for a bigger shield. So there's a staff of fire that we see, but then you see a malevolent force fills the dungeon. This is like every once in a while, Zot just, uses some random effect on you, and it might put a mark on you, which tells every enemy on the floor where you are, or this, which is just we got booted down a floor. So we fell down one floor. This can be really, really terrifying because you might not know the way out. Now, luckily, we could see the way out, and I'm immediately going to run to the staircase and just go back up. I like to do things methodically. I don't go down a floor until I have cleared a floor. I'm by this brigand. I want to kill the brigand. I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by garbage, so it's not the end of the world. And we'll just go ahead and do that. Oop, you see, we've earned enough piety by killing bad boys that the Shining One has given us this aura increase. So if you push Shift 6, you can see your god powers, and every power that you have is going to be colored in, and they're just color-coded based on like the alignment of the god. So we now radiate this aura. The Shining One could potentially guard our life, and that's good. And we got a scroll. We don't know what it is. Identify. Leather armor. Okay. Oh, God. That's a two-headed ogre. You see its text is in red, and rightfully so. A two-headed ogre is terrifying. The reason a two-headed ogre is terrifying is because it can hit you with two clubs. Like, you think an ogre hits you hard. Well, that's only one club. This guy could hit us with two. So this is really scary. I'm going to back up, and I'm going to, first of all, use warping just to do a little bit of damage. I'm going to drink a potion of might, and then I'm going to just use flame once, and then I'm not going to use anything else, remember, because I don't want to give him an opportunity to come in and attack me. I'm just going to push S, and then we're going to swing at this guy. We hit him, and we hit him for 2 exclamation points, and we hit him again, and we killed him. So I used a lot of stuff to clean that enemy up, but that's okay. Sometimes you need to do that to guarantee that you can kill a red enemy like that. He was red threat level, and we did okay. Now, I'm going to look at my skills. I'm +1 aptitude on armor, and so I was on exclamation point actually goes to training, which shows you the distribution of experience. I want to go back to cost. So you could see how, because I have better aptitude, it's still cheaper to go raise armor, but it's getting expensive. I'm not going to raise armor much more. I'm going to set a target of 14 for armor as well. And then we'll switch to fighting, shields, something like that. Our other priorities with this character would be evocations and maybe spellcasting. Or a school of magic, most probably. Staff of alchemy. So stabs are good. That enemy makes like a little ghostly duplicate of itself. It's not particularly challenging for this character. Stabs are good if you're a spellcaster and you hold them. They augment your ability with schools, spells of that school, and you can hit them in melee with it and have a chance to like do an effect that is. Oh, does that guy have a weapon of chaos? So like if you have a staff of fire and you hit somebody with it, it might do some fire damage to them. They're cool. All right, so I have some unknown scrolls, or let's identify these. I always try to identify potions if I have more than one in a stack. So those are potions of attraction. That's actually, for this character, those are good. So we could drink that and try to like bring things to us so that they don't stand far away. or bring enemies to us if we want to fight a bunch. I'm going to then read the other identify. Moonshine. All right. Actually, before I mislead you, let me just look at attraction and see if that still operates the way that I'm thinking it does. So let's just look at the potion of attraction. It makes the drinker attract enemies. Right. It translocates them, which means it like teleports or warps them towards you. And it's good. Yeah. Unwary victims may sleep through it, which is funny. But yeah, so if there's an enemy like at range that we want to bring, this could work for us. Moonshine, drinking it reduces your accuracy, evasion, and spell casting. And for us, it's completely useless. So I'm actually going to push D for drop, and I'm going to get rid of some things. I'm going to get rid of, for example, this scale mail, and this chainmail. And I'm going to get rid of the potion of mutation and the potion of moonshine. Oop. There we go. So I don't want those. Now, I'm also going to read this unknown scroll and its vulnerability. So I'm going to wait until that wears off. Okay. So that makes you, but also the enemies around you, more susceptible to magic and will. So if you're a caster and you really need to get through somebody's resistance, you can use that. And we're going to go down over here to Dungeon 9. All right. So kobolds are not hard. I'll kill them. Oh my god. Okay. So I was holding down tab, and I almost died from the two-headed ogre. So this is a great reason why you got to be careful with holding down tab, and also, why you set your stop at 80%. Now, this stop, he does way more than 80% because he hits really, really hard. Now, I'm going to quaff a might potion, and I'm going to try to swing, and we killed the guy. So I didn't like to do that, but that's a very hard enemy, even for us with our armor. I'm going to search for shield. Oops. I'm just pushing Control F and searching for shield. I just haven't found a better shield yet. That would help us so much. Okay. So this is a bunch of rather difficult stuff. So what we want to do is step back this way into this hallway so that we can fight things one at a time. There is a death yak. So a death yak, I don't know if we could kill a death yak. And I don't have a lot of potions that are, going to make me insane. So I push Shift G just to see if we found any other branches of the dungeon. We've only found the dungeon and the temple. Hopefully that rune door was not blocking the orcish mines. I don't think it would do that. I think it was just a altar room. So to win this, we're going to have to use a lot of our stuff, I think. And I don't care for it at all. I'm going to use the Wand of Warping and blast. Oh, yeah, right. I can't use it actually in this spot because there's an enemy that's adjacent. I would have to kill this guy. Might is really all I've got. I could use fear. I could read my scroll of fear and see if anybody runs away. They all did. Good. So fear makes them run away. And so in this point, what we could do is run away. But we could also use warping and see how much damage we do to the death yak. And we did a little bit, not much. Now, when you do damage to things that are running away, they generally will say, hey, wait, what's going on? And, come back and fight you. Step back. I'm going to try to make my retreat as easy as possible if I need to. I have one blinking scroll. I would probably use a teleport scroll and try to save blink if possible, though. So we're going to fight. I'm going to drink my potion of might, my last one. And I'm going to wait. And we got it. Okay. So our armor class is up to 34. We killed all those enemies, but I am out of might potions. So it's a little bit scary because that means I'm kind of like, I'm out of my, oh darn, the enemy's really hard potion. But I did get, with my piety, Divine Shield. So Divine Shield is, I'm going to go up the steps. I'm actually going to stop training armor right now. And I'm going to train invocations to level 10. So I lied about what I'm doing. So invocations is going to be easy for us to train because we have a +3 aptitude. I'm going to set a target of like 10 ball on, oops, okay. M, L, target 10. Okay, great. Invocations governs the strength of our abilities from gods. And Divine Shield is one of those abilities. Now I'm going to use question mark and just show you what it does. So it manifests a blindingly bright shield in front of the user, and it will block several attacks, which could be blocked by a mundane shield. Ranged attacks will be reflected, and melee attackers have a chance of being briefly blinded. So this is very good, and it will block a certain number of attacks. So this is not going to help us do more damage, but will help us just block attacks. Now, this costs 3 magic points, which we have our ring, so it's not horrible. But the main thing is that it takes about 2% of our maximum possible piety. So you can't use that ability all the time, or you will run out of piety. So you don't want to, if you run out of piety, you will fall below the threshold of being able to use the ability. So we don't want that. Oh, we don't want this floor. So, all right, Centaur, I'm going to go back here and just wait for you. There you go. Hi, it's me. Invocations level 1. So we want the strength of our abilities to be better. And I'm actually not sure if Divine Shield receives a benefit, but I think it does. But Cleansing Fire should definitely receive some kind of benefit from invocations. Okay, so the Brigand has Curar Darts, which is another purple box because it's a scary item. So we've been hit by it. It poisons you and slows you, which is, not a great combination. Now, I can drink a potion of curing to get rid of the poison. I'm still slowed, but I'm going to move in and just start fighting. And being slowed stinks, but these guys are pretty easy, and we're no longer slowed. I'm going to step back here, and I'm just going to auto fight. So you could see how auto fight is great, but also got us into trouble with that ogre, because normally we would have seen it coming. That's not great. So there's a priest back there. We'll fight this, but we want to do it on our terms, which means, oh, there's 2 priests. Awful. I'm going to step in. I need to kill the priest immediately, and then we got to kill the wizard. Okay, great. That wasn't too bad. So the Shining One was happy we killed a priest of another religion. So we got some, love for that. Okay. And we'll just get there. Resist corrosion is good. In fact, I'm actually probably going to put on the ring of resist corrosion over the ring of magical power. And I'm doing that because even though it takes me down to 12 magic points, which is, sad compared to what I did have, we're getting all these advanced spells. I want some basic spells. I'm not using magic. And, the shield spell only takes 3 magic points. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, this is a kind of quirky dungeon feature where if I go in this transporter, I'm going to go in and there's going to be potentially treasure in these rooms, but it might not be easy for me to get out. And I might, while I go in there, be subject to a really difficult enemy that I can't see. So I'm not going to go in right now. And you say, why not? In this case, though, no. Unless down there is what you could get into. Let me see. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Oh, no. This was just a fun move you around. So I'll show you. If I go in here, I end up over here. And then if it's gray, you can't go in. If it's orange, you can. And then I go here. And then we go around and around. So this was just for fun. It wasn't for any kind of risk. And then we found the entrance right here to the lair, which is a temporary branch. No, I'm sorry. A sub-branch, not temporary. It's always there. Will not run out. And it's filled with beasts and hydras and snakes and things. And there's Sifmuna. I don't think we saw Sifmuna yet. Very good god if you're a spellcaster. Okay, great. And I'm going to read Identify. And we've got that potion. Enlightenment. Nice. And do I have any scrolls? I don't know what they do. I don't. Okay. We still haven't found an amulet. So we could go in the lair or we could go to dungeon 10. And I think I'm going to go in dungeon 10 for a bit. We're not... Okay, yeah, another two-headed ogre. It's just a... We're getting into some difficult stuff. I'm going to walk this guy back to the staircase, so it's just me and him. And I don't have anything great to fight the ogre, but I'm probably going to use shielding. I will blast this guy with flame and flame again, and then I'm going to use divine shield. And so I've got this shield in front of me, and you can see it says shield 4. So this ability has been reworked, and I think it looks like it's better than it used to be. So in either this version or the previous version, they sometimes overhaul what the gods do. And the aura around you is always a thing from the Shining One. But this used to just add to your shielding ability, but this isn't adding. This is just blocking attacks. So look at this. He tried to hit me, and my shield just blocked it for full block, and then I blinded him. You can see the eyeball on him, so he can't even see us. Our shield is gone. It blocked all of his attacks, and there we go. So we were able to take down a red level enemy with just that god ability. And that being said, it did use our piety, and we didn't gain piety. So we can't use it all the time, but it's super helpful. I like how they reworked that ability. So it's just guaranteed. It's not going to go off every time, but it can block the full brunt of an attack, which is why shields are so good. Oh, here's a wraith. Oh, there's Harold. He put us in the net. Darn. All right. So I was so excited to see the wraith, but not excited to see Harold. I'm going to read the scroll of poison and just poison Harold, or try to. I'm fighting the wraith. The wraith is dead. We reached level 11. Got some hit points. And Harold is super poisoned. You can see he has 2 venom drips behind him, which is the game basically telling us this guy is wrecked. And he's taking damage over time. But I'm going to inspect Harold, which is what you should always do when you're fighting a named enemy for the first time. I forget to do this in the guide sometimes, and I apologize, because I've played so much that I know who all these guys are. He's got Harpoon Shot, which means he can bring us to him, which sucks if you're a caster, but for us would be absolutely no problem. He also has Sentinel's Mark, which is really annoying. I hope he doesn't do that. That will put a mark on your character, and you will see it says mark in all red in the buff area in the upper right. And that instantly wakes up and alerts all enemies on the floor. This is where you are, and they just all converge on you. And you can drink a cancellation potion to get rid of a mark, or you could go up the steps and just wait for it to pass, which is what I usually do. He is lethal threat level. He is 76 hit points, so very scary. That being said, we've got him poisoned, and I'm going to still try to stand in here and fight him a bit. I'm going to just hit him with the Wand of Flame. And we're held in net. I'm going to just attack to get rid of it. Okay. I'm going to immediately use Divine Shield. And I'm going to try to fight him. And I'm hitting him. And we blocked his attack. And he's blinded. There's a Hornet coming, which is really not great for us. We do resist poison, but I just don't want any other things here. I only want to fight Harold in this spot, because he's so hard. Okay, so our shield is gone, but yes, we killed Herald. So we poisoned him, and we used our awesome ability. I'm going to shoot the Wand of Flame at the Hornet, and I'm going to do it again. I think the Hornet is, like, the enemies are pretty smart. It's not stepping into the poison. And you would think, like, well, why does a Hornet care? A lot of the times in this game, enemies that can poison you can get poisoned. So I'm just shooting this guy, and then now he's going to come at us and we kill him. Now, did Herald have anything good? Let's look. He had a battle axe, which is a good weapon, but nothing good. Okay, great. So we killed Herald, and our evocations are, you know, almost to our target level. And we're seeing the power of having a god in your arsenal that just gives you abilities so you have something else to do. Because trying to rely on might potions, we're out of them. Trying to rely on our warping wand, it's almost gone. We did get some nets. Those can be very useful. Here's an orc warrior. These are actually kind of challenging. I'm going to step back. And this guy has a reach weapon, so I have to actually step in and fight him. If he does a bunch of damage to us, I'll use my shield. But if not, we don't need to. Orc warriors can be hard because they can have plate mail. This guy had +2 chain of poison resist, which is really good. I'm just going to walk these orcs back and fight them one-on-one. Okay, there's Josephine. Dear God. We're finding a lot of difficult enemies here on Dungeon 10. So, Josephine, I'm going to show you. She can make these ghostly fireballs, which ain't great. The Shining One, I don't know if he's going to protect us against anything that she can do. But I'm scared to see her. I'm going to read a scroll of poison. And those wraiths, the wraith that we fought was probably one of hers. They kind of travel around with Josephine because she's like a necromancer. And I'm just going to wait. She's not coming over here because she doesn't want to get poisoned, I believe. So I'll try to kill the wraith. She's into poison. She is poisoned. If she gets adjacent, I'm going to use Divine Shield. And now I'm going to stop fighting the Wraith and try to kill Josephine. Because I don't want Josephine to use her Fireball on us, and she didn't. The Wraith actually got blinded, which is awesome. Shining One loves that we did that, by the way. +3 Dagger of Speed, that's very good. Wyvern, difficult. We got it. Wraith, good to fight because Shining One loves it. And another Wraith, we'll fight it like this. All right, great. We're earning a bunch of piety back so we can use our Divine Shield more. Okay. There's a helmet. And there's some yaks. Yakety yak. I'm going to bring one yak back. Okay, there's too many yaks. I'm going to just stand here. And we're going to fight the yaks one at a time. Terrific. So we got invocations to 10, and now I'm actually going to go to evocations, and I'm going to set a target for evocations of 10. This is our ability to use wands and magical artifacts, and it's just something where I don't have any great wands right now except warping, but it's almost gone. But I want just an extra oomph, and being able to do a little bit more damage with wands is going to be something that will help our character a bunch. And that's a troll. There's a lot of hard stuff right here. I'm just going to push S, and I'm going to bring this Orc Warrior up the steps with me. It's the only one that comes with me, and I just want to take it down by itself because I don't want to fight all those orcs at once. Okay. So you can use the stairs to help you thin the herd a bit. Here's the priest. Yeah, there we go. One-on-one, I will fight you. Two-headed ogre, not my favorite. I will fight you. I will use a Wand of Flame. I will use my Divine Shield, and we will hit. Now, you see how my Divine Shield has 5? uses, I believe that the number of instances that the Divine Shield works is related to our invocations. So the higher that goes, the more uses we'll get, which is great. I don't think it's based on piety strength. I think it's based on invocations. And that is why we raise invocations. We might raise it more. We're very good at it as a mountain dwarf. All right. And there we go. And let's just get this spell book. Okay. Just getting all these weirdo, like, I just want a basic book of flame. Can I get that? I guess not. But I can't really complain because our character is awesome. So everybody, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. We are rocking and rolling. We have a 34 armor class. We need a better shield. We've got a god. We have a nice ability. We are raising our evocations, our invocations. Our armor is up to 13. We've got minimum delay on our mace. We're going to try to raise shields and fighting, and then maybe even get some spells online with this character. I hope you're enjoying this, and I will check you all next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.